Both me and my opponents are melee weapons, so we have to fight from a close distance. Until the distance is closed, I can throw my E's at them, so this forces them to use some of their mobility to close the distance, like their boots, which is good for me because now they don't have their boots. My mage robes are a direct counter to their stalker jacket, I can just purge it. And since I've won this trait, the Bloodletter will now try to play like a rat letter, which means they will try to run away and reset the fight, so my job is to stick on top of them and don't let them. When fighting against Bloodletters, it's important to be careful to not let your health drop below 40% or 2 bars, because that is the execution range in which they can finish you with a single E. I am nearing that range now, so as soon as my health drops below those 2 bars, I am dead, but I still have my potion left. I intentionally don't drink it, because I want to bait them into turning back and fighting me again. But now my health drops, so I need to drink my potion the moment they look like they are about to turn back. They didn't start with it, but I had my other defensives ready, so I could defend against the execute. Here I'm facing an Awakened Carving. They insist on me dismounting them, but this actually suits me, because I am already applying bleed stacks on them. So we start the fight on my terms, with me having some slight advantage. Battle Axe is amongst the best brawlers in the game, so if we just stand and right click each other, it actually suits me. Now once my Infernal Shield disappears, I try to kite away. Luckily they missed their perch, so I can wait until the Infernal Shield disappears, and now I can poke them from a distance like this. This will force them to jump on top of me, and now I can use my W to finish the brawl. Another fire staff. I have a stuff to perch there. You can hear me talking to myself in this clip. Yes. When I have a perch in my kit, like the mage robe, I start by inspecting my opponent and thinking about what I want to perch. The moment they start winding up their E, I interrupt it with my hood. I pop my mage robes to perch their hunter hood, and they give me their cleric robes for free. Well, now I don't even have to drink my potion. A fire staff in the open world. You can see them running around because they are trying to bait me into using some of my skills to dismount them and start the fight with a disadvantage. I'm not taking the bait, but they actually dismount on top of me and then run towards me while they are still on dismount cooldown, so that gives me some free hits. Now they desperately try to regain the space they've so freely given me, and I see they are on dodge roll, so that means they are already fully committed in this fight and they will not be able to run away. I did waste my hood here a little bit, should have saved it for the interrupt, but at least it reduces the damage they do. So paired with my Gigantify potion, their E does no damage in here. Now I'm waiting for my mobility tools to come back online, like my boots, in a few seconds. Again, they are on a dodge roll, so there's no way they are running away. The fire staff is down, but the fight is not over yet. I now have a Bloodmoon rat to deal with. When fighting Bloodmoons, I wait until they turn into the big bad wolf, and then I kite away. This would be a good time to fight them, but they pop their Hellion jacket, so I kite away again. And I will turn back soon, because very soon all of my cooldowns will be back online. My wood, my jacket, my ease. This bow of Badon dismounts way too close, because I can just close this distance and get a free hits while they are still on the dismount cooldown. When fighting kiters, I try to do my best to close the distance and hit them, but a good kiter will find a way to gain the space back eventually, in which case it's me who's kiting now, because I'm waiting for my mobility skills to come back from cooldown, which once they do, I turn back on them again and just hit them over the head. It's simple, really. When I have mobility skills, I try to use them to get on top of them, and when I don't have mobility skills, I run away until I have mobility skills again. The only exception is if I'm winning like this, because now they would just reset, so here I just run towards them even though all of my mobilities are on cooldown. Forge hammers are a weapon I'm closely familiar with. I try to open with my E, but if I miss it, I just kite back and wait for it to come back from cooldown. Either they will have to close the distance, or I wait for my E and try again. I expected them to get big and chunky here, so I reflexively kite back, which was a mistake. They actually only get chunky now. Fighting forge hammers is like a dance, it has its rhythm. You have to fight them when they are small and kite them when they are big. From their perspective, it's the other way around. They are now small, they don't have their E, so they are kiting back, waiting for it to come back online. And it is my job to catch them now. Do note that I only throw my E once. That's because throwing it twice would prolong the cooldown, and I don't need the heal right now. The damage the second E does is minuscule. So I just throw it once and wait for it to come back online. Again, they get big and chunky, so I kite them. Once I cannot run away, I pop my mercenary jacket and try to fight. They kite my jacket, so I try to get some value out of it, at least from this mob. But overall, pretty decent fight so far. We are both careful, we are like, none of us is ready to fully hard commit yet. I know they don't have their E ready yet, so I wanna fight them now that they are small. But they pop their soldier armor, which means I have to get away now. This is a very dangerous item to stand against. I keep checking the buff bar on top of my screen underneath their portrait. I cannot get near them while their soldier armor buff is active. Now that they're out of resources and losing on health, I'm worried they will want to go and reset the fight, which prompts me to get a bit overzealous and hard commit here, which is a mistake. They have their E, I don't have any spacing abilities to get away, so I have to fight them through it. Now my only hope of winning this is my mercenary jacket. And you can see them running up and down in here like a headless chicken. They do this because they are trying to juke my E, which they succeed at. Now they are big and chunky and try to finish me. I have no more tools to run away, so I have to stand and fight. And now my hood is back online, so as soon as my W comes back, I can finish them. But there's actually no need, as they die from my bleed stacks. This Great Fire is trying to bait me into dismounting them from their nice cat. I guess they are confident because they are on cultist ropes, and even though they are missing more HP than me, they should be able to regain them back. However, I am on a mercenary jacket, so I can do the same. Furthermore, my bleed stacks reduce the healing they are gaining, because Battle Axe is an anti-heal weapon. Unfortunately, the Panther trashed. Not even 1 minute later, this cursed staff comes to visit me. I am carrying a Guardian Helmet swap in my inventory, so that's a very hard counter to every Curse Staff. Curse Staffs are really bad weapons overall actually, but with a Guardian Helmet it's a free win. Now this Curse Staff wouldn't want to fight me in a fair fight, which is reasonable, actually good choice, but they would like to rat me, so I'm really happy to take this fight. The basic strategy of a Curse Staff is really simple. They try to put 4 stacks of this curse on me and then they pop their big E, but with a Guardian Helmet I can just negate all of the stacks, so they have nothing. Now they try and do the same rotation on me again, and my response is I'll just pop any of the defensives I have, so Inferno Shield in this case. And that's all there is to it. From my side, I just wanna stick on top of them and Unga Bunga. Like, pop defensive when they are about to pop their E. There's nothing they can do. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. If you're finding any value in these videos, that makes me incredibly happy. If you're looking for Battle Axe builds, I've actually released a few videos regarding it on my channel, so you might wanna check them out and maybe subscribe while you're in there.